Ntate 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗪𝗘 𝗪𝗔𝗧𝗘𝗥𝗦. When I talked to him that students seem to want to have knowledge about yourself, I texted him the date and the time, and he just said, "Thank you, press, I'll be there." So for me, knowing that when we ask a specific person to be there on our premises, they honor that. It was a very big privilege. And I would like to congratulate you, my dear, for that. Having said that, I would just like to say welcome and welcome all of you. And from me and the SRC executive, I acknowledge all the ministers are here. The Vice President is here, 𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗘, the Secretary General, 𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗘, the Minister of Education and the Minister is already on the panel, and the Honorable Minister of Entertainment, who is our MC for today, is already here. And all of you, I would like to say welcome and Hamada Belasaf is the Jaya Pasui, Tavinya Usopa. The Gova moderator, Haruna, is what I mean. I don't cut our hand, put our water in dinner. Kazuka.
Good afternoon, everyone. From the Faculty of Humanities. I am a fourth year student, majoring with Public Administration and Development Studies. Thank you, everyone. Ntate Mahlala a tlo tla ba le rona letsatsing la kajeno, mme ra bona hore ka nnete taba e jwalo e atlehile, mme ra leboha. Ke tla kopa hore our panelists monana kaofela ba tle ba itlhalose hore na ke bo mang.
Ya dumedisa le tswala ka thata bana ya ka ke Mahlala ke mothehi wa 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗪𝗘 Development Foundation. Thank you. Le tswala ka ke 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗪𝗘 Development Foundation.
Dumela bo ntate. Tswala ka le tlhalosa. Le nna le ba ntate Mashana sa boletse ke tla 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗪𝗘 Development Foundation ke ke bo.
Dumela bomme le bontate. Nna ka ditso ke Dikeledi Tamfang High School. Everywhere.
Yeah, le wa ho le ho tate. Di tsaka ke mo iketse Mphaphuleng. Ke mo ithuti ka sekolo se solo sa setjhaba. Wa le kwa sa bobedi as a Master of Arts in French Education and Curriculum. Kinna Pula Madiboho, 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗡𝗪 𝗪𝗔𝗧𝗘𝗥𝗦 Foundation.
English language. Ke ngwana ka ke bothata mahlala hobane ke mona ka yena ke yena a nkentseng hore ebe ke sekolong mabitso a bona kaofela ka botlalo re a leboha mme mothating wa hona jwale ke rata hore ke tle ke be le discussion le ntate Bothata e leng yena yeo re leng mona ka yena letsatsing la kajeno ke kopa re tle re mo fe metsotso e 30 hore a tle a etse jwalo.
Ke a leboha baithuti jwalo ka ha ho se ho boletswe ke Bothata Mahlala haeso ke Mount Morosi striking Sakuti ne ke bua le motho e mong bekeng yana ena ke re ha re kena sekolo annual mona ke kene selemo se le seng fela ke etsa agric education jwale ka nako eno ha ke tsebe ha ba ntse le taba e etsahalang hona jwale baithuti ba agric education ba ne ba qetela selemo sa bona sa boraro ka kwano ka annual jwale ne ke jwetsa motho e mong ke re ha o lo tswa dibakeng tsena tsa bo ha kwadi kae banana ba ne ba sa o thabele ba university ba re eno a tswa mahaeng eno ba rata batho bana ba bo Maseru West, Maseru East. Not that there is anything bad with that. Bommele bontate kapa baithuti ke leboha motsotso ona o go fumanang letsatsing la kajeno jwalo ka president ya boletse itse ha o kopa hore ke tle kwano letsatsing la kajeno ya ba ha ke batle hore ke petole letsatsi leno ka re ke tle ka lona hantle ampha hore na ke tlo tla ke bua ka eng hape ke bue ka nna. I've been given 30 minutes. I will stick to that. I was born in Mount Morosi. I grew up there. It is still my home even today. I was born in a very, very poor family. Very poor, extremely poor. I was born in a rondable. My mother used to use cow dung on the floor. I can sweep a floor that has been smeared with cow dung. And when I was doing my primary My mother was a cook at the primary where I was studying. And I always tell people that part of the story of my life is the experience that I gained when I was doing my primary education at 𝗥𝗦𝗦𝗓 Primary then. I remember in those days when you were finishing your primary education, there was a very popular picnic venue called 𝗥𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏, whereby all the primary, all the standard 7 that were going to do or going to go for secondary education, they would go to that 𝗥𝗧𝗏 bridge and celebrate there. And I had never crossed the 𝗥𝗧𝗏 before. Remember, for those who know, the distance between 𝗥𝗧𝗏 bridge and Mount Morosi is about 50 kilometers, and I had never crossed 𝗥𝗧𝗏 before. And I remember we were very excited in our class. There were 21 of us. And the principal said, "Banabaka, le tlo ya 𝗥𝗧𝗏 to celebrate your picnic." Then, when the time neared to go for the picnic, not all of us had paid for the trip to 𝗥𝗧𝗏. And the principal said, "For those of you whose parents cannot afford to pay, the school will loan you money to go to 𝗥𝗧𝗏 because I want all of you to go. But when 𝗥𝗦𝗏𝗏, because your mother works at the school and she earns so little, we will not be able to loan you." I can never forget that Friday when all those that I was in class with went to 𝗥𝗧𝗏, but myself. And the following day, that's the story of my life. The following week on Monday, the principal said, "Let's talk about 𝗥𝗧𝗏, but it's only this one that was not at 𝗥𝗧𝗏." That was then. And today, I travel anywhere in the world where I want to go. So, I'm spreading the message of hope tonight. Rising above waters. That's what I'm going to talk to you about while I'm spreading love and making a difference in this world. Challenges are temporary. There is nothing that is meant to last forever under the sun. It only depends on your attitude and your approach. Then I could see that my family was drowning in poverty. And I worked very hard to rise above that drowning. That is why today I'm going to tell you about rising above waters. I will make a few examples of well-known people that made it in life despite the challenges that they were born in or the challenges that they encountered in life. Oprah Winfrey. She is a multi-talented media mogul who rose to fame as a TV talk show host and entrepreneur. Here are some of the key points about her. She was born in 1954 in Mississippi. She faced poverty and abuse as a child, but persevered to become the first African-American woman to be at her best. She started her career in broadcasting as a news anchor before moving into hosting talk shows. In 1986, she launched the Oprah Winfrey Show, which quickly became a cultural phenomenon and earned her widespread recognition. All of us know, or most of us know, Oprah Winfrey. She even has schools in South Africa. She faced abuse as a child. So no one can say, I did not make it in life because I faced abuse. Because there are those that faced abuse like yourself. You have to rise above abuse and make it in life. And let me also tell you that when I was 16 years old, after completing JC, I don't know what it is called today, I went to work at the factories at 𝗥𝗦𝗧𝗪𝗘 when I was 16 years old. And because I was so young, the owners of that factory said that there is nothing that you can do because you can't carry heavy stuff. We will let you look after our dogs. I used to look after the dogs of my masters. And I always tell people that if I did not want to rise above those challenges, I could have remained a factory worker until today. And when people would ask me, why didn't you go to school? I would say, I was born in a very poor family and I could not be able to further my studies. But I went to work in the factories and I knew and made sure that was temporary, because nothing lasts forever under the sun. And let me tell you about another well-known person, 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗬𝗓𝗓. 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗬𝗓𝗓 is a motivational speaker and best-selling author known for his inspiring life story. You know, every time I watch this man or watch his videos, it's very difficult to watch without shedding a tear. Born in 1982 in Australia, he was born without arms and legs due to a rare disorder called tetra amelia syndrome. 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗬𝗓𝗓 doesn't have arms, both arms, and he doesn't have legs, but he rose above the challenge. So if that man rose above the challenge, what challenge can you face that you cannot rise above? Nothing. Despite facing many physical challenges, 𝗤𝗔𝗧𝗅 has learned to live independently and can even surf, play golf, and type on a computer without arms and legs. He became a motivational speaker at the age of 19 and founded Life Without Limbs, an organization that helps people with disabilities. Another well-known person, Bethany Hamilton. He's a professional surfer and best-selling author who was born in 1990 in Hawaii. And let me tell you about his life. In 2003, at the age of 13, he survived a shark attack while surfing in Hawaii, losing her left arm. She returned to surfing within weeks and became a professional surfer, winning numerous awards and competitions. She has written multiple books, including Soul Surfer, which was adapted in 2011 in a biographical film. Hamilton is also a strong advocate for shark conservation and raising awareness about the dangers of shark attacks. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you tonight that you can rise above any challenges that you can face in this world. It depends on your attitude. Nothing lasts forever. I always tell people that any problem or any challenge in this world has got a solution. And the solution to any problem is you. I understand that people can face different challenges. One of the challenges that the youth of this country is facing is unemployment. There are a lot of you who have completed their studies many years ago, and they are still looking for employment until today. You can rise above those challenges as long as you apply the right attitude. So, rise above waters. From tonight, all I can say to you is that you have the capability of rising above waters. What you have to do is to apply the right approach to a problem, and also stick to what you want to do. I always tell people that if you want to score and the goal posts are this direction, you cannot play the ball to the opposite direction. You get what, or you reap what you sow in this world. So if you want to be successful, if you want to make it in life, make sure that you practice or do the right approach towards solving any problem that you may have. Ladies and gentlemen, there are those that came before you. There are those that had more challenges than you may be facing. All that you have to do is to make sure that you score the goals. You score so that you can get what you had anticipated to get. Let me tell you about one other person who created the bulbs that we see today. When you read about him, he failed more than 1,000 times. But because of persistence and improving on his mistakes, he ended up getting it right. So some things, depending on what they are, they may take you long. I always tell people that some things, because they carry so much value, will need a lot of your time. They will need a lot of perseverance, because the value in them is so huge that you cannot just take a minute and get the reward. It's like dancing, for instance. To dance, you don't have to go to school to learn to dance. I've seen a lot of good dancers who when you ask, how did you learn? They say, I just watch TV and I imitate what I see people doing on TV. Although there are some people who are earning a living from dancing, it's not many people, and you won't get a lot of money when you are a dancer, I think. But to have a degree, it's a lot of dedication. It's a lot of sleepless nights. You have to deprive yourself of many things, and there's what is called an opportunity cost. That on a Friday evening, when there is a party somewhere, instead of going there, you stick to your books because you know there is more value from the degree that you are going to get than to go and dance at a nightclub. So some things. Now, there's nothing bad with going to nightclubs, but all I'm saying is that you always have to wear opportunity cost. Should I go to a nightclub, dance, and not submit my assignment on Monday and say I was ill, or deprive myself temporarily of going to a nightclub so that I go to a better nightclub in future? You see? Yes. Because instead of going to a nightclub here at Roma, deprive yourself of that, study, obtain a degree. One day you will go to a nightclub in Dubai. So all I'm saying is that some things may take long because the value in them is so huge that you have to go through a lot of tests. I lack words with which to express my greatest gratitude for offering me this opportunity of talking to you this evening. And because of the poor background, or because of the hardships that I experienced when I was growing up, both at primary and secondary, I always tell people that when I was at secondary, every time when those who owed school fees would be expelled, I would be the first one. There was a time when I would walk to school barefooted, really barefooted. And I made a commitment at that time that, Lord, if you give me an opportunity to change the world and reduce the number of kids who go to school without shoes, without proper uniform, I will reward you with that. That is why I created this foundation, Bothata Masala Development Foundation. I did not create it for anything but for sticking to the commitment that I made many years ago. And I'm very happy that we've got a lot of students that we have helped. Here they are. And last year, we made a commitment that each and every year we will double the number of master students that we are sponsored at the National University of Lesotho. So all that we are saying is that we are committed to making a difference in this world by helping those that cannot afford to further their studies by paying their school fees. There will be a time, or there will be a day, when we will be sponsoring at least 100 master students. Because the commitment is that if we started with 1, then this year it's 2, the following year it's 4, the following year it's 8. There will be a time when we will be sponsoring 100 students because we are committed to making a difference in this world. And all that I can humbly say to you is that everybody can make a difference. Everybody can make a difference. You go out there, make a difference, help other people to rise above waters. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you very much, how do someone is successful in life? I remember the other time, Tebo, can you something? Where did you mean? Later on, I and I love you. Really, I hate it. Tebo, how much and the nature of life sometimes is taking care of your body. But it's not going to be just him presenting to us. We're going to unpack with him collectively because I think there are bigger questions that you want to ask. Critical questions, intellectual questions. It's not going to be easy for our mechanics. So I'm just going to head over to them so that they engage, and then they will engage you, and they engage until we are all satisfied. Thank you.
ke a tseba hore ba bang ba rona ba ne ba o tseba ba bang ba rona ba qala ho bona letsatsing la kasheno mme re na le dipotso ka ho fapana re tla fa the crowd hore e fane ka some questions and ke tla qala pele hore ke qale ho botsa some of them Ntate, looking back at your humble beginnings, do you think Lesotho has made enough progress in supporting children and youth from disadvantaged backgrounds?
I don't think Lesotho has done enough.
Yes,
you want me to?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
I don't think the country has done enough. The reason being, we do have primary education, which is the foundation of a Lesotho child, free primary education. And that free primary education, when one goes to high school or to secondary and high school, there is no free secondary education. I think that is where we are lacking. Secondly, I think the quality of education that is being offered at both primary and education and secondary is not up to the challenges that our youth faces. I remember I traveled outside South Africa a few weeks ago, and somebody was saying to me when I was there that the education that is being offered in our country or in most African countries is not good enough for the challenges that our youth is facing. So I don't think the country has done enough. Maybe we should look at our curriculum and you will see that there are sometimes videos whereby people compare Asian children with African children when they are at school. You will see our children are taught maneni mo, and the Asian children, they are being equipped with life skills from an early age. So because of that, I don't think our country has done enough. So one of the things that we have to look at is our curriculum.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. I would like to give the floor if any of you have got the question.
Masters of Arts in African History. Secretary General SRC. Can you please take us through your journey? That's a right now. I hung out of what we told I can for when I can see one of what's in a city. If you have a phone call, who is a hand on our window, that's a little thing. So when I go to the step back, I'm also to forget internet. Who was taking a Lena, if you don't know who is a reflecting lady. Kapoe mo go to na ke tshepuse lo ka yetsa ka ka motho tso fela tshi ha ke tsebe ha ke batla ke hlaki le ngelo wa ya le mo.
Any question?
My mother was a cook when I was a small boy. After that, she sold apples on the streets. And every weekend or every day after school, on some of the days after school, I would go and help her sell apples. And on weekends, I would make sure that I helped her, even during school holidays. So I developed a love for business. You see, some things can be a blessing in disguise. Then I started, when I was doing my third year of accreditation here at NUL, I used to play films. La bona mabanta mona a di film tse mona tse hanelanang ebe le banta le ntse le pota tjena ha o bapala film ne di bapala bo BTM mona ke ya Gauteng on Fridays, go rent some films, make a little bit of money. I was very young by then. Then I became a teacher after completing my diploma. While I was a teacher, on weekends I would go to Johannesburg, buy some clothes, sell on the streets of 𝗥𝗦𝗦𝗘. That's why I said to you, sometimes there should be an opportunity cost. I remember those days, on Fridays when my friends were going to nightclubs, I would go to 𝗥𝗦𝗦𝗘, buy clothes, come back and sell them. Then from then, I opened a shop in Mount Morosi, a grocery shop, a small restaurant. There were some challenges. I remember there was a time when my business was not doing well at all, and people were laughing at me. You know, mashida habayini bantsibanwa la banana, but I had demand. And when I faced the most challenges that I ever had in business, somebody said to me, "�𝗓𝗛, you are having challenges. You better leave the place because you are embarrassed now." Then I went to Bloemfontein, to the University of Free State, and tried become banking, because I did not complete become banking. I don't want you to live here and say I did become banking. I did not complete it. I tried it. I went to UOPS. Then I saw a business opportunity of student accommodation there. That's where everything started. There was a lot of Basotho students being sponsored by National Manpower Development Secretariat to study mostly in Bloemfontein. And a lot of people who were housing them did not have properties. They were renting them from property owners. And I said, oh, here's a business opportunity. Let me do it. That's where I made some money. I want to say millions or a million. I've never seen a million in my life. But that must have been, that's how I got started. I bought some properties in Bloemfontein. Then I progressed, and the rest is history.
Thank you, Ntate, for those inspiring words. Any questions?
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Senati Litiye. I'm moithuti wa selemong sa bone ka Itsane Development Studies. Jwale, ha ntse ke mametse ditaba tsa hao Ntate Bothata, o buile ka the quality of education e aforwang ka go naga ya rona gore o bona e se up to standard. Mme hona ho ntsetsa o le Ntate Bothata, o le bothata ka ya education. Jwale Ntate, ke kopa go botsa wena foundation yona e be e ha kae ka go golla bothata bona. Ke botsa one ke hlokomela naga ya bo rona ile tonna tlhopho botjha, mme sector ya education ke engwe ya sector tse leng hore di tlameha ho hlophiwa botjha, empa ha re bone ile sector e nketseng hodimo haholo ho latela ona taba tsa tlhopho tsa ntse di tsamaya jwang. Ha re bone ka sector e ditaba tsa yona di ka tsa beiwang hodimo haholo ho di a privatise jwalo ka tse ding tse amanang le bo parliamente, tse amanang le bo molaotheo, tse amanang le bo media le tse ding kaofela. Jwale ke kopa ho botsa ona foundation bo emong bone bo se hlokometse bothata mara tsa education yona e ka re kenyang hohle. Foundation yona e tlo thusana ba, e tlo tla etsa ba ke mawa a seng e bang a se a le teng hore e tlo tla e sebetsa ka ona ho thakela bothata bo botle. Ke a leboha.
Okay. Ka lebitso ke 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗬𝗪 ka lebitso ke 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗬𝗪 ke etsa community selemong sa boraro. Kopa ho botsa hore na 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗬𝗪 commitment ya bothata Mohlala Development Foundation Mahlala ke ho support baithuti ba etsang di-masters. So di kopa ho botsa hore na ehlile plan ya yona ke ho support-a baithuti fela le teng ba di-masters fela kapo ntse support-a ho ka bo primary bo high school kapo ebe hape tlo support outside of education ka kgona ho support-a le bo let's say batho ba na le bo talent ya bo ga bolo ba build di business e jwalo jwalo. Ya lebo
Snatility me through your SRC here tonight. Dintho tse ding e sitwa kenya ka hara tsona ha re sena kobo ya bohadi ka mantswe a Sesotho. E lo re ka gana ha ina le Sesotho ha re iyo bolaodi ba naha. Therefore we cannot play a role in the curriculum of this country, not unless we get invited. In case we help from primary, at primary, because we have pre-primary education in this country, we buy school uniforms, school shoes for those that are in need. Last year we donated more than 5,000 pairs of shoes. Is it a program here that's in quality shoes because we respect humanity. At high school or at secondary, we help. There are a lot of students that we are sponsoring throughout the country, in all the 10 districts of the country. At NUL, we had an MOU with the university, but as of now, we are only helping the Faculty of Education because they invited us. Look at the other faculties, if they invite us, we will help in those faculties as well. But regarding business, soccer, other things, we are focusing mainly on education and not on business or on any other activities.
Thank you, Ndade. I also have a question. There is a saying that money changes people. Would you say that money has changed the way you relate to your family, friends, and community?
I strongly believe in God. And I learning therefore, by what I have, I don't even think it's mine. I think it belongs to the Lord. And I use it to glorify and uplift the name of the Lord. And I always tell people that not the other way around. So whether I have R1 in my account or I wish I could have 1 million in my account, I remain the Bothata that I am. So to answer your question, nothing can change me. I will remain who I am, irrespective of how successful I can be. And I don't think there's anybody that can say I behave otherwise. I'm not wealthy, I must say that, but I consider myself a human being like any other human being. When I get out of a Mayberg, because fortunately I have the Mayberg, not just one. But when I walk out there or relate with people, you can't say or ask yourself, how does this man behave? No, I don't behave like that. So, what I can say, nothing can change me, and nothing will ever change me, because I always say what I have belongs to the Lord, and if it changes me, God will take it away from me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tate. Thank you. That was beautiful. I would like the crowd to continue the questions.
那就碰碰这个嘛，那要走了。前那就我们那么说推的那个啥来。Ipi mokgwa ko ofe di wa o fihla ka ha setsha setsiso se tiileng sa ntshetsopele mohlomong seo se lebetseng ke ke tswang ga lesukubang ke ditabeng ke ntse ntse ke tsa selemo sa bone sa humanity mohlomong ya ntate
ke tebello moshisha ke le student la selemo sa ho isa di-masters ke tlo boela ke kgutlela sebenyane ya dikgwebo la ha o ile wa ba le clarification hore ho thusana ntleng ya thuto haholoholo ha o dikgwebo fela jwale tabeng tse o ileng wa di bua o ile wa bontsha hore bana ba sekolo ba na le bothata bo boholo ba youth unemployment. Re tswela taolong haholo. Taba ya ka ke ena, sekolong mona ho na le batho ba bangata ba etsang dithuto tse ding besides education, ba kgonang hore ba etse di-postgraduate programs tsa bona ka karolo eno ya di-masters, ba be ba publishe le journal tse ngata tse nang le boiphihlelo. So bothata bo boholoholo be re nang le bona bo nna ke bo hlokometseng, innovation e teng fela le mokgwa o ntshetsa pele ka morao ho sekolo ho batla ho haela. So ke ne ke kopa hore bothata Mahlala Development Foundation e ke shebe dintho ka tsela e batlang e fapane. Mohlomong ha nako e ntse e batho ba ileng ba etsa project tse nang le boiphihlelo haholo e ke e lahlele mesebetsi e ka hlaya ka tsela e eno. E ne e le yona kopo ya ka fela hobane di-project di teng tse hantle, but project ha e keta ho babatswa e fihla e iphella jwalo fela ka lebaka la funding.
Ke tla qala ka ntate a sa ipolela tlono ke o tla bolela ha o qetela empa o qetelletse o sa bolela le empa
Oh, he did.
That is time ntshwarela ha ke a utlwa ha o bolela le wena potso ya hao ke le fela hore na motho o fihla jwang Lusintsa Foundation. Ha o tlale kore reading on Facebook, reading on the internet, the email is there, Okay. All right. Kia tsapa ko aga ndate mchisha. Taba eno ya hao ke ya bohlokwa haholo ntate. Haholo e ama tlhokahalo ya mesebetsi. Ba bona ho thusa baithuti ba etsang bo masters. Re a bedile ka ba le dipehelo re moithuti enwa a pase hantle. Jwalo ka kgaitsedi ya ka ke enwa mona o ile a pasa hantle ba bola ha ketela degree tsa hae tsa pele. So ha ho dithata hore na ke moithuti o feng eo re mo sponsorang ha lo etsa di-masters. But kgwebo ya yona ke hore it will cost us a lot. But are you really going to do what you want us to sponsor you on? Case is different. In the Takato Yaro, Galta Siling, Habukuni Bulletin, the two seven ababa so to be crisis and cities. But Tabaye no, it had two sons to Pili. Yana, how hollow highly the project itself, one hallow, it's a limit at Yening, Zapa San Newa, one hallow. That's what they are bankable project. Project you one allow. It's a honor for Shaisa, Missidity, Ibe, Little Pile, you know, we get that. Land one I sent to you, Hakalukalo. Every case is different. Get them Shala Fella Filiki better. Rika Mante Aulu Tusa Kapau Kenyal Toho, Tuton, Yabana Baba Soup. Le moins safety le monarle kuti mane, na longa na yemo, afisa ngo nare, o batla mo thuse, o batla ho etsa bill. Jwale a tsile ntho e nngwe mona molaleng. Ha re phekole batho kapa re patale batho ba hlokang ho etsa di-operation ngakeng. Empa le gang ka ngwaneno, Kamisa Bloemfontein, we paid more than 100,000 for his operation. Ngwana ya tshwanang le bana ba bang ha o bona halelo bona hala go ona le ntweneng mo tsile molaleng mona e se le tla le hitleng ile ka beke ena ya 8 kapa ke Sunday the 9 tshaba sa mo se bile se upile sebe so nketsetsa mokete ke a kala
you are known as a businessman, a philanthropist, and now a key figure in politics. How do you define yourself in public? Do you see yourself primarily as a businessman, a philanthropist, or a politician?
Now one will talk about Tonaka. Yes. To answer your question, I am all of them. And Tonaka Ofela, I am very good. Kimotea Panang, Aho. I think in business also, I am good at what I do. In politics as well, the politics are chaba. The politics chaba. Is it again, when it comes to politics, I'm not in politics to change my life or the life of my family. I'm in politics to change the lives of the Basotho because Bopulabaka Nasinze Bufitu.
The crowd have they come here now. We got 2 more questions.
name is 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗚 𝗪𝗔𝗧𝗘𝗥𝗦 and I'm a second-year student. I'm a second-year student studying journalism and media studies. So, 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗚, I just want to know, like, what are the skills and knowledge required for financial freedom? I'm asking this because you told us about that pivotal moment or decision that highlights your whole success. So what knowledge or skills did you have to have this whole success that we see today? Thank you.
My name is 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗚 and I'm a second year doing journalism and media studies. My question is, throughout all the phases of education, what methods or what mechanisms do you use for mental health in every phase? Because like a lot of things, as students. And even if you're in primary and you're going through a lot and you get substantial things, but how do you fix your mentality? How do you fix yourself? Do you provide those kind of facilities when you help the people you do help?
I would say I acquired knowledge throughout the journey of my entrepreneurship. Like I'm telling you, there were times when I was struggling badly in business. Actually, when I left, don't start too late in your life. And when I'm putting I don't think I understood your question very well. It's a bit complicated. Oh yes. Okay. We don't offer that. But in our foundation, matata and mental health, we are there to help. But we haven't come across such. But there are people who are partnering with us who are willing to offer for free such. Thank you.
And at work, Karatam Siritua how the Padiamu Pulova how, that's the way we begin. I think it's very inspiring. Joale, Puto Yakaimu. Now, foundation how? If I come who foundation ya tsentseng kala ka bolong education mohlomong ke tsa mohlala hona le tso tla fumana hore di focus ya yona ho early childhood care development ECCD jwale ke botsa hore na foundation ena hao e butse mamati hore foundation tse ka ntse o tsentseng kala di ka fihla tsa fumana molemo mohlomong wa collaboration mohlomong wa di-resources tse itseng jwalo ntatwa ka nnete ga leboa ke yona potso ya ka mme story sa hao se mo hopotsa pale ya motho e mong story sa hao se mo hopotsa pale ya monna e mong ya neng a bitswa Elizabeth o itse go tsona sekgowa go to this guy he fought until his hand froze to the sword. So, taba ya hao no matter what mathata makai, don't let go of your dream. Fight until your hand froze.
Please stand up, please.
Hello, Ntate. Nna le bitso la ka ke Sipa Ditholeng. Ke moithuti lefapheng la phetolelo le boikwetliso wa go toloka. Translation and interpretation practice. From your story, I learned from the time and chance happened to them all. So, are you going ke moithuti lefapheng la phetolelo le boikwetliso ba go toloka. From story sa hao ke ithutile hore time and chance happened to them all. So Butsana Kohore now, what advice do you have for students who receive sponsorship but are uncertain about their career paths? You mentioned you studied agriculture. Do you play for sponsor at the Faculty of Humanities? Faculty of Education. What do you have or what are you intending to have? Agriculture. How do you know when you are going to have an insane? It got a high passion and hard. It's a total. Even in the photo, we are going to be better. You have now from your personal years of experience, observation, and service. Now, even in the Unali in for what but disadvantage of us who put in journey away. They will be looking for the bus all of they are going to be around page. Yeah, the bus.
Hello, Chad. You will tell who was the out at the
Mr. Masal, my question is, if you were to meet your younger self, the version of your younger self today, what would you give the younger Masal, the advice that you would give to him?
You are happy?
The advice that I would give to a younger Masala would be humble yourself before the Lord and everything shall be done or given to you. Because one of the mistakes that we do in life, we want to start with things that we have to finish with. This week on Monday, I was in Mount Morus. One parent comes to me and says, that manpower sponsorship. Collaboration with other foundations. Somebody comes to me and says that I've got a foundation and we want to donate school shoes. No, my foundation is already donating school shoes. And I don't get money from anywhere. The foundation, I run it solely from my businesses. So, foundation has a foundation. To send the foundation is I want a little to serve to get school shoes. Shabana would tell I who wants to go to Sabat Bano. You know what I donated 5,000 school shoes. Let's about Ninka Naka Papa to get this foundation in Zabonaka, Papanaka, but di entswe ke foundation ya ka, empa whereby we have to have a collaboration, the doors are open. Jwalo ka motho ya re nna ntate, what I can give ke go thusa batho ba nang le mathata a mental health. Let me collaborate with you. No, that's fine. More. So, whatever potso ya hao, have it to see the foundation in taking, ka di resource, re sebetsa le di foundation in taking, tse ikemiseditseng to partner with us, hore re fetole maphelo a setjhaba sa Basotho. Yeah.
Yes. One last question from me. Time is not on our side. Yes, because very much Majita say no. Ataba utabali mukawote have name that they would have utlanda abelo na kutata kobota they would hold. They would have what challenges did you face while establishing the Mutata Masala Development Foundation, and how did you overcome them?
One of the challenges that we face, or that we still face today, is honesty. People come to our foundation and say, "Ndate haikokonu hisa mwana skolo, kala montelo no owezi di Louis Vuitton." And how sheba ufumanoge, montena so foundation ya ona baithuti ba iso ke ya batho ba tlhokang. And some of the challenges that we face again ke whereby people inflate ditlhoko tsa bona. So motho wa tla ke kopa ngwana ka patalwe school fees, how much do you need? I need so much. How so ya sekolong o botsa o fumane hore ha ho jwalo. Ba bang ba sponsor ba na le sponsorship se maybe social development, but ba boela ba tla ka rona ba batle sponsorship. Ha se re patetse social development, they want to go and claim the money. You know, things like those. But we overcome such challenges. Ka bua le ba suwe hloka ba principal le dikolong e be re etsa bonnete ba motho ha na le sponsorship se seng rona re se ke ka mo sponsor motho a le mo lokela go go ka fumana sponsorship se le seng.
Well, I know we have a lot of questions, but I'm going to now get into the last part of the forum. And that part of the forum is we have two beneficiaries from the Tata Masala Development Foundation in a brief conversation. I'm going to start with that you benefited from the Tata Masala Development Foundation, and I remember very well that there was a lot of money that you received. Because after that money, I think you went somewhere far. So it was a lot. Tell us, how did you benefit and how was the feel?
Thank you very much, Mr. President, sir, and all protocols observed. Indeed, I'm one of the first beneficiaries of Tata Masala Development Foundation. I got 10,000 maluti during my graduations. Indeed, one of the greatest moments in my lifetime. And that indeed passed a message of hope to me, which meant that hard work pays. mme dintho di tla ya where they are deserved. I was very much happy ka ba ka ya le fora kwana ka bona hore e le hore ntwena ya hore ke fuwe this amount impuletse monyetla nthong tse ngata haholo, mme that encouraged me to do best in all I do. Thank you.
I remember when he went to France, the first thing he said he's going to the Eiffel Tower. And he would video call us, hey, what that? Now moving on to another beneficiary, school fees are close, but they cash, no deposit. And you got who told me you wanted there? But you didn't do anything. Tell us, they feel that you received. How godly. Postgraduate is good as now. There are so many things that we encounter, NMDS, the barrier of payment of loans and everything. We're not fearful of just website. How did you feel, and tell us the story?
Thank you. Oh, Kelebo, and I gave my child to ke nagana gore ke monyetla wa ka tsatsing lena wa gore e ke itlhalose gore ke la ka ikutlwa ke le jwang. Go bua nnete e itse ga lebitso la ka le bitswa ebile ke bolelelwa gore ke tlo sponsorwa for master's degree. Ke ne ke sa golwe go hang ke ne ke sa golwe ke ne bile buka e ka go sasa ke tlo tswa gothe a ne go thetsa ke ne mpa re batla tela gore but this is real, this is happening. And even because NMDS I'm about 45,000 beforehand, then I have to pay the stock order of 1,500. I didn't have that amount of money. And just like the Devotata, I'm from a very humble beginning or humble family, of which the breadwinner is a senior citizen. I had no other option such that I ended up not coming to school. Some of my classmates are here, but they were why? Because I was forwarded. It's a gift money sponsorship, and the support from my classmates, the support from the teachers, the mentors, and the family. By the way, we will know every door. There's no way for that amount. Graduation, tuition fee in full. And indeed, Wadata Development Foundation, higher cash, and he can school harmony for the financial burdens. Thank you.
Indeed, we had a very formal conversations. We had deep questions. I think we need to ask one or two humorous questions. You don't want that? Come on, this is a reality check. I'm going to open. Okay, I'm going to give just this. Getting late and we are going to have to wrap up. Ya le wona ne ke part ya discussion ke la potselo ngwe fela o tshetse o tse ke ra tatela ho ya ke tlo fela ke tlo hloka ni ne re bone re motivate and I don't have ne ke po botsa fela e kaya ha o fela ko lo tsa ha di kopane ona ya tsa di le
Ke motsidising isa ke etsa selemo sa boraro faculty ya education ke major ka African languages le development studies jale ke a kgola potso ya ka ko hore na hore motho a tle a tshwanele mme Dineo a fumane sponsorship for ho etsa di masters ke tlameha hore ebe ke pasitse ka tsela e feng ho shejwa di-grades tse jwang
ke kopa ya pele ke se ka ya araba remember I'm not here to talk about what I am. I'm here to tell you my journey. Potso ya bobedi a se nna ya kgethang hore na ke mang ya tlo mo sponsora for masters ke the faculty of education. So I don't even know when I know all I know is that she got first class and I get to be great high double.
Never have an opposite one. And then I'll pass this for as long
Okay. Ke first class. And ke a kgona gore re fumane first class re tlo bua ka the FCGPA. Jwale gore o iphumane o pasitse ka first class e tlameha go ba about 4.5.
The last question if you can answer our quality
so la I can touch my
So it answers the person. I'm not a billionaire. Not at all. Ya strike sa kutinga netike besente resebetsa mo gore re bone na re ka thusitsa rang ke sebetsa le district education office. Last year our main concentration was on primary schools. Bane ba ditile bona ba tse ba ga ke dillo tsaltseng tsa naga we sebeditse. And for the first time, putting it like number 4 last year. That is an improvement from number 10 for more than 10 years to number 4. It was an improvement. So this year, the secondary schools, and I believe next year we will not be saying the same thing. I think Putin will move from number 10. But Kiboetse Habeke, interest ya bimbaka, haipela kuti. Ili tulikin toli. Dwala hakuti ngitwa number 10 ya say number 4, the secondary school. Same say number 10 kana kwenu. Leswana nzele wika gabe loba ka go bona go kisebetsa le sona strekiseng. All I'm saying ke interest yaka is not on putting. Interest yaka ithuto nya Lesotho ka kakaretso. I want to see education ya bana ba Basotho intlafala. Go bolela hore ka na le trekitse 10. Go tla bula ona le number 1 up to 10. But what matters is na performance ibile jwang. Ile yona ntho eo nna ke le modima yona. I'll be lying hankare interest yaka go restrict sa putting sele number 1. Hobane ke rata Basotho ka moka isipela Basotho ba restrict sa putting. That is why the foundation yaka isa thusing fela bana ba restrict sa putting e thusang bana Baba Lesotho ditlekin tsohle tse 10 tsa Lesotho. Thank you.
Wow, it's been such a lovely conversation with Ntate Tata. This was the last round of questions, and we would like to wrap up by asking him the last question so that he gives the closing remarks of this forum. From here onwards, are you pursuing a political career, and how far are you willing to go? And in the last of my questions, what would you like to say to the entire nation, because they are watching you on the live streams and they are watching you right here or now? What is the message of hope you want to extend? Thank you so much.
Thank you, President. Atakata being at politics. Because Lesotho a political will and a political commitment. Abasotho baka badumela gore ke fetolena haina Lesotho. I am willing to be part of banna le basadi ba batlang go bona na haina Lesotho e fetwile. Fela ke boetse ke Lesotho le mona mo le leng teng ka lebaka la Basotho. And le tla tloa mona mo le leng teng hape ka lebaka la Basotho. Ne ke jwetsa motho e mong earlier today ke re nako yane ya dipolitiki tsa dikgeleke e fedile ya go motho a itseng o tseba go bua. Nako eo re leng go yona ke ya dipolitiki tsa diketso. Mohlala o le mong fela ke qetela potso ya hao, Mr. President. Man Masiu sekele ke ene haufi le Pioneer Mall. Sekele eno ebile dikoti ka nako e telele ka mebuso e fapaneng. Fela ga dikgethong tsa 2022 ba neng ba busa ka nako eno ba re re tlo etsa di-highway ka hara naha ya Lesotho. And the question is, o sitwa to fix sekele ke ena mona, o sitwa o kata e pothole fela o tlo re etsetsa di-highway. E le gore ke re Basotho kgalefang ha batho ba ntse ba le tshepisa dintho seke la mamelang bogeleke ba bona. You should ask them, how are you going to do this? ha motho a ka fetola bophelo ba naha re batla ho bona a fetotse ba hae pele. If you ask me right now, na bothata o ka fetola bophelo ba naha ke ne ke tsa ba phetsa mang le bona ke le ke la hlola ka le patala dijo ka le nwesa ke le ka hlola ho patala dijo batho ba ka bang 10 lo ba nwesa fela ke na le ambition ya hore ke fetole naha ya Lesotho. Ke re ha ona motho ya ka reng o batla ho fetola lefatshe fela a sena le passport ya ho tla South Africa. Lo lokela ho bokale ka wena. Ke re Mr. President le lona baithuti dipolotiking tsa naha ena shebana batho ba tlang ho lona ke bo mang, sheba moo ba tswang teng le hore na ba lefa tshepo ya hore ba ka fetola naha ena na. Mohlala tonakgolo ya rona ya kajeno, look at where he comes from. Mantsunyana ha hlahela Maseru West, not from Maseru West, but he worked to be where he is. Ilora ha ona motho ya ka tlang mona a botla fetola bophelo ba e mong fela ena a situle ho fetola ba hae. Amen.
We tried to have some cues next as a token of appreciation. At this juncture, you will wait just a bit and we will take you in pieces and pieces until you are satisfied. Thank you so much.
Jehovah na tamo yo hala hlokopile ha le kana Jehovah o kana lo ndate re a lo Jehovah ipona ditse ka go tshebeletso ya milio Jehovah ndate re sa tswa wa bona le modimo go tsamaya le rona Jehovah o fela le bifile mahai ka polokeho ya hao Jehovah ndate re a lo ka ho teng ba ka o ka sena. Amen.